GM everyone. Lena here from Celo Foundation. Today I'm here with Nikhil from Etherspot. And yeah, very, very excited. Welcome, Nikhil. What are we going to learn today from you?
Yeah, thanks, Lina. Thank you for having me here. I'm Nikhil. I've been working at Etherspot for about like 9, 10 months now. So I basically handle backend side of things as well as SDK, SDKs. So yeah, today I'll be giving you a quick walkthrough about what Etherspot is and how you can use Etherspot's products and services as well as SDKs to leverage account abstraction for any Web3 or dApp product which you guys are building out there. I'll be giving a quick walkthrough of how you can make use of modular SDK of Etherspot, and then how you can submit user options, and how you can leverage account abstraction to, uh, you know, use gasless transactions and things like that. So yeah, that will be the agenda for today. Uh,
Amazing.
yeah,
Before we jump right in, just wanted to give everybody a very quick intro. This workshop is part of our Builder stage within the East Act campaign. As you all know, Celo is now in L2, and we want to just highlight for all the builders all the opportunities or the toolings that are happening on Celo. We have a crazy amount of opportunities right now. I will share about that at the end of the stream. But yeah, I think one of the things that Celo has always stand for and like focused on was user experience, and that comes with a lot of like the unique features that already exist on Celo, with like fee abstraction and very cheap and very fast transactions. But yeah, we now have I'm very excited for this workshop because I think what you learned today about Etherspot's tooling will be the perfect setup to create the most user-friendly application, I would say, or like improve that a lot. And then wait 1 second. I just wanted to share. Yay! Welcome Etherspot, and then I think we can already dive right in. Let me bring your screen on stage, and then you can already get started, Nikhil.
yeah. Thank you so much. So to give a quick introduction about Etherspot, Etherspot has been in this account abstraction and chain abstraction space for quite some time now, and we have support for about 30 plus EVM compatible chains. Uh, in this workshop today, I'll be demonstrating how we can use Etherspot's products as well as services and SDKs to leverage account abstraction on any Web3 products. So yeah, let's get started. These are the various uh, SDKs as services as well as products which Etherspot has to offer. I'll go through one by one and briefly explain what each of them does, each of them do. So starting with Etherspot Modular SDK, which is totally compliant with entry point 7 as well as ERC-7579. If you guys don't know what ERC-7579 is, it is an extension of ERC 4337, I would say, and then which is primarily focused on improving the uh, valid custom logic, wherein you can just plug and play different validators. Basically different 7579 modules. There are different types of modules like validators, hooks, fallbacks, and executors. And you can install all of these modules, 7579 compatible modules into your smart wallets. And then you can just define the way how you want your validations as well as the executions to happen on your smart wallet. So that's what ERC-7579 is. So modular SDK is totally compliant with that, and then it's completely open source, built on TypeScript. So this is something which acts as a end product for any developer to install it on their application and then just go ahead with it. It is published on npm and everything. So, and it's completely open source. If any of you are interested, you can contribute as well. Moving on to and later in this workshop, I'll be demonstrating how you can use modular SDK to batch some user ops and then how you can execute user ops on our Skandha bundler. So Yeah, moving on, the Arka Paymaster service, which basically allows you to uh, pay for gas on behalf of users, and then it also provides you different kinds of different kinds of paymasters, like let's say verifying paymaster, token paymaster, and multi-token paymasters as well, wherein you get to decide you can basically pay for gas with not only native currency but also using different ERC-20 tokens as well. So Arca Paymaster has support for all of those paymasters as well. Uh, and then I'll be demonstrating how you can use with one Etherspot API key, how you can use both Paymaster service as well as um, bundler services as well. Um, so yeah, even the Arca Paymaster is developed completely on Fastify and TypeScript, which is also again open source. So yeah, moving on, chain abstraction. This is something which is under active development. Um we are trying to achieve we are trying to achieve a chain abstraction solution wherein user doesn't even have to worry about on what chain he is, and then he can just express an intent to what he wants to trade or what he wants to swap. It can be as simple as I want let's say $50 worth of USDC on some chain, and then user or wallet doesn't even have to worry on what all chains uh, he has funds or anything like that. All of those will be taken care of by the Etherspot backend, and then the ultimate user's expressed intent, whatever was there, that will be fulfilled. Yeah, so that's one of the things which can be a game changer, and then that's under completely active development now. And in future, there will be a different SDK wherein 7579 compatible module, a smart account, which is already deployed, can make use of this and then express intent seamlessly to make cross-chain swaps without going through the pain of bridging and all of that. So yeah, moving on, Etherspot has support for multi-chain APIs, uh, which can be to get I don't know, maybe the transaction history of a wallet and then getting balances of them and getting all of his assets in one API call and stuff like that. So, which is basically any wallet product can ask for. All of those APIs are part of multi-chain APIs. With again with the single Etherspot API key, you can access all of these solutions at one place. So we have Transaction Kit, which is basically a React library wherein it can be used on UI products, wherein you just install the transaction kit and it would give you front end components, and then you can just batch different transactions and multiple operations what you want to do, and then you can just execute those transactions. Which, by the way, under the hood uses Modular SDK as well, but it's developed on top of Modular SDK and it's a React library to be used on the UI. Uh, and we have Skandha Bundler, which is a, ERC-4337 Bundler client. Um, which basically we have support for about 30 plus chains, including testnets. And then it's basically, it's also open source. And today we have support for all of the three EP6, EP7, and EP8. And it's ready to be used for type 4 transactions, which is 7702, wherein an UA can behave as a the smart wallet for one particular transaction. So yeah, that's about Skandha Bundler. And then moving forward, basically, account abstraction is a way wherein you can define how your smart wallet uh, wants to behave. And these are the three pillars of any account abstraction solution, I would say. One being smart account, paymaster, and bundler. These are the three main three driving forces of any account abstraction solution. Um, Smart account being wherein you can perform gasless transactions, how you do not have to worry about if you have enough balance on your smart wallet or not, and you do not have to worry about gas fees. Uh, Someone else on your behalf can pay for your gas. And then we have social logins for better user onboarding. Uh, which will help solve UI and UX issues for any user who is onboarding to any dApp or wallet products. And we have one-click action with the help of account abstraction and modular SDK. We'll be able to batch multiple user operations together and then sign them under one single transaction. The best example I could think of right now is let's say if you are trying to make a swap from a ERC-20 token, then you would have to make two transactions, one being for the approval itself, and then another transaction for the actual swap itself, be it NVDEX. So these are the two transactions which you'll have to do if you are interacting with an EOA wallet on any DEX. So with account abstraction, we'll be able to batch all of those two transactions in one transaction, and user would only have to sign once, and then that's taken care of on the back end. Uh, it will be basically one single transaction where both the approval and the transfer happens. And then session keys. Session key is something, this is a concept wherein you can authorize a particular key pair for particular amount of time or a particular spending limit. This session key concept is something which we are extending to use on chain abstraction solution as well, wherein the solvers can make use of the created session keys, authorized session keys to claim back their funds once the user intent has been satisfied successfully. And then moving forward, recovery options. We have with the account abstraction, you can have multiple recovery options so that your funds are safe. Then we have sponsored gas. Someone else can pay for you on your behalf. Moving forward, and of course, there's no need for seed phrases. You do not have to memorize your seed phrases and keep your priorities safe as well. Then moving forward, Etherspot Modular SDK, which has extensive module support. Any module which is developed by any other third party also is compliant with Modular SDK, uh, which basically should adhere to the ERC-7579, of course. And then which is obviously 7579 compatible and which is safe and secure and it is fully open source, like I mentioned before. I think if I may take a little detour, I will be able to show you the various modules which have been developed. So then now you can search this. So you can see over here, these are the various modules which are developed so far, which are the major ones and most widely accepted ones. So as you can see, multiple owner ECDSA, this is something which developed by Etherspot and various others. So this is also ERC session key validator. This is also one of the validator modules which has been developed by Etherspot. So basically with 7579, we have these different kinds of modules, one being validator, and you can see hook here, and there can be executor as well. And the another one will be fallback. So basically the difference between these modules are that validators help you customize your logic as to how you want to validate your user ops for your smart wallet. And then these hooks are something which have something known as pre-check as well as post-check. So uh, when some transactions are being executed on your smart wallet, these pre-checks and post-checks kicks in, and then it makes sure that whatever conditions are specified in this pre and post-check are never violated. So that's hook, and then executor. I think, as the name says, it's pretty straightforward. You can customize your logic as to how you want your execution to happen on your smart wallet. And fallbacks are something which is for, if you receive Ether, receive fallbacks, and if you receive some NFTs, let's say 1155, you want to specify some callbacks for that, so you can customize those as well. So these are basically some of the overview of what different modules are, which is specified on the ERC-7579 standard. Uh, yeah, moving ahead now, let's move on to my VS Code right now. So I'll be demonstrating how we can uh, send some user ops to Skandha Bundler. So before that, I'll just walk you through how you can grab a Etherspot API key. So just head on to developer.etherspot.io. Then you'll be able to create an API key. If you are able to create an API, if you have an API key, then you'll be able to access all of the services like, let's say, Arka Paymaster service or Skandha Bundler service and or multi-chain APIs and everything. So let me just copy this API key over here. And then if you move on to the Paymaster tab over here, you you will be asked to deploy your own verifying paymaster. You can do that as well for each individual zone. Let's say for now, I'll just select Celo testnet. And then as you can see right now, I have already deployed V2 paymaster, which is compliant with entry point 7. If you want the same for entry point 6, you can do that as well. Entry point 8 is something which is under development on the UI side. So that should be out soon as well. So as you can see, this is your sponsor address. Just fund this sponsor address with some Celo testnet tokens, and you'll be able to, and then you would have to use this deposit V2 functionality so that it gets reflected on your sponsor balance. So this is the balance, something
Can
which
you,
gets deducted.
Nikki, can you zoom in a little bit? I feel like right now it's like very small, everything. So
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that again?
can you zoom in a little bit so I can
I
see your
see.
yeah,
I see.
that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, you can deploy your own verifying paymasters, and then you can grab your sponsor address from here, just fund it with some Celo testnet tokens, and you should be good to go. And make sure to whitelist your sender addresses as well. That's basically your smart wallet address, what we are using. Uh, so yeah, that's that, and you'll be able to make use of it. So let me head to my Visual Studio Code, and then let's say I'll just do a quick walkthrough as to what this exactly is. We basically have some just clone into this repo, modular SDK repo, and then do npm i. That should install your dependencies, and we should be good to
Can you
go.
zoom
Uh,
in?
Sorry,
Can,
what? Should I
can,
zoom in?
yes, please.
Is it better now?
It can also be more zoomed in a little bit more. Yeah, this is fine. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so just do npm I to install dependencies and we should be good to go. And then we have this examples folder wherein you can um, play around with how you get to submit user ops to Bundler. So let me just do a simple transfer fund user op wherein I am now trying to send this much Celo tokens to this address. So let me just give you a quick walkthrough of how the modular SDK instance is created. Right now, I have a private key injected wallet here. This can easily be any RPC provider as well. Uh, Valid RPC provider as well. So just there is a functionality called generate modular SDK instance, which should create your modular SDK instance. And then I am just getting a counterfactual address for this, which is basically a create to address, which remains same across chains. And then one more thing is just make sure to have your .env file, just add the private key as well as the chain ID, and that should be good. Uh, and then, yeah, and then this is something which can be used to get your counterfactual address. And then you just add, I'm just clearing all the user ops from the patch. And then you can just add, say, to value and data. These are the things which you can specify. Since this is a sample native transfer, the data field would be empty. If it's a ERC-20 transfer, then the data field would go here. And then that will contain the transfer functionality for ERC-20, and then that's your transaction batch, and then I'm just getting my balance over here. And then so these are the two calls which specifically are made to bundlers. One is to estimate, to get your call estimates, like okay, let's say uh, call call estimate gas, and then verification gas limit, call gas limit, pre-verification gas, and things like that, which are uh, specific to an entry point user of structure. And then you just do send, and then that should give you a user operation hash, and then I continue to wait for transaction hash until it reaches finality. So yeah, let's do npm run transfer funds. So this is basically my counterfactual address, which is my smart wallet address for my given private key injected wallet. And then the transactions which I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to transfer this much amount of fellow testnet tokens to this address. And then this is my balance. I have this much. And then this is my user op. This is the estimate response. So as you can see, these are the fields which are necessary for user of spread. Uh, and then yeah, this is my user of hash, and then this is my transaction receipt. So if I can open this transaction receipt on Celo scan, yeah, you can see this was my the sender address or the smart wallet address which sent these many tokens to my recipient address. Uh, and then yeah, and then the entry point transactions as well, which was to adjust your the pre-calculated gas fee and things like that. Uh, so yeah, you can feel free to check out this transaction, and then uh, you can basically see what are the different fields that were part of this user operation. Um, and yeah, and one more thing to notice here is that we are by default using multiple owner ECDSA validator, which can basically have multiple owners as well. But just for the sake of this demo and simplicity, I only have one owner right now, and which can basically be extended to multiple owners as well. Uh, sorry, yeah,
Can, can I ask one question?
yeah,
Is the Etherspot SDK built on top of Veeam or WorkMe? Or
yeah.
what?
This is Etherspot modular SDK is completely based out of VM right now.
Okay, perfect.
So any VM wallet client from the front end should be totally compliant.
Yeah, I was just thinking because on Celo we have this functionality of like this unique feature of fee abstraction,
Mhm.
where you can also pay gas fees in stable tokens, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Uh,
and that's like natively in Veeam, so I think
mhm.
that should also be possible to combine, and
Yeah,
then
that should be totally possible. That
that would really make the paymaster even better.
yeah, absolutely. So the next transaction which I will be demonstrating would be a paymaster transaction, wherein I do the same operation, but then again, I'll make use of the paymaster which I showed a few minutes earlier, which I had deployed. Uh, and then yeah, uh, this is my paymaster. So so what's different between the previous transaction and this transaction is that while I'm estimating, the only change would be while I'm estimating, I'm specifying my paymaster details over here, which would obviously take the chain ID and then uh, your API key, as well as if you are using verifying paymaster, make sure to have use VP as true as well. And you can use the context as sponsor. If you are using any multi-token paymasters and things like that, then change this to multi-token paymaster, and then that should be it. So yeah, let's just do this transaction. Say npm run paymaster. So it's the same process for any user op you want to combine or any different operations you want to do. Every time you add them to the user of batch, and then you estimate and then send the transaction. So if you wish to use paymaster, then make sure to specify the paymaster details, and then yeah, that's all. uh, and just to note that you can use any other bundlers as well on the modular SDK. It's not that it will only work for Skandha bundler itself. It can work with any other bundlers as well, uh, like let's say Pimlico or any Biconomy bundlers or any other bundler. It should be totally compliant as well. Uh, so yeah, and then so we have the transaction receipt here. Just, so yeah, as you can see here, I think I get a lot. If you can see, this was my paymaster address, which sponsored for my gas. So the only change, if I can toggle this to net transfers, you can see this was my account address, my sender address, my smart wallet address, which only sent whatever I specified in my user of, but not the gas fee. So yeah, uh, that's that. And then moving on, uh, yeah, I think there are multiple other scripts as well to play around. You can add guardians. You can get the call gas limit if you want to do that alone. You can get concurrent. You can use concurrent user ops if you have multiple user ops. And then, if you have any custom chain, that should not be an issue because Celo testnet is already there under VM, so that should not be a problem. And then you can do get address just to get your counterfactual address, which will be your Etherspot valid. And then, yeah, this is also the same thing, the counterfactual address. If you want to get the gas fee, let's say EIP 1559 compatible gas fee, max fee per gas and priority fee per gas, you can do that here. And then you can have multiple accounts as well for a given private key or for a given valid claim. You just have to change the index over here, which will basically result in a altogether a different counterfactual address. So for the same valid private key for the same wallet provider, you can have multiple sender addresses or multiple smart wallets as well. And you have get nuns to get your nuns for your smart wallet. Then you have transfer ERC-20. Uh, like I said, just populate the data field over there, and that should be good. Uh, yeah. And then we have transfer fund, which we saw just now, and you have transfer NFT. You can verify signatures as well. That's for your smart wallet verification, smart wallet signature verification. Uh, then yeah, you have modules. Help us again think there's one thing in there. And you have install module. If you have any different modules, if you want to install them, then you can just use specify what kind of validator, what kind of module it is. It can be hook, fallback, executor, anything. Just the the module address, and then yeah, that should help install that particular module on your smart account. And you can check if any particular module is installed, and you can list your modules, like what all modules are already installed. And then there is a paginated response if you have many, modules. And then you can uninstall modules from here. Uh, so yeah, and by the way, from all the example scripts, you always see that Etherspot public key. This will only work for testnets, but if you want it to work for mainnets, then please get a key from developer.etherspot.io, like I showed you before. Uh, then yeah, and then there is session key where you can enable session key, disable session key, and then you can rotate your session key, and all of that is there. Feel free to explore those as well. Uh, and then yeah, that's all. Pulse is something which is the chain abstracted solution of Etherspot. So this is under active development. Um, yeah, and moving on, let me go to my slide back. Uh, Yeah, so this is one of the video wherein it shows how Honeyswap uses Etherspot uh, to how you can use Etherspot to access cross-chain liquidity on Honeyswap. This is one of the videos. Uh, Feel free to check that out. And then there is also again one-click trading on GMX with Etherspot. How with one click you can do complex operations by batching multiple operations in a single transaction and one click signature. And then there is one of the use cases wherein for a Mystic Valley Festival using AI, how this was how account abstraction was used to simplify booking, simplify user experience, um, to manage food drinks and other balances and other bookings, etc. Uh, and then we have chain abstracted solution, which is just Etherspot, where in this video, I think this was also recorded by me. Yeah. So here wherein users can specify what kind of intent they want to express, and then what is the source chain and destination chain, and you get to select what are your dispensable tokens, and then you just can see how seamlessly account abstraction is further account abstraction is further elevated to chain abstraction, and then we do not have to worry on which chain you are and what's happening. Um, so yeah, feel free to check this out. And yeah, that's all. Happy to take questions if there are any.
Thank you so much. I think, yeah, please, maybe you can also put your Twitter handle. I can also find it quickly. Just to share with everyone if they want to reach out to you with any kind of questions. I think I have it here. Reach out to Nikhil if you have any questions. This is how you reach him. And yeah, otherwise just reach out to the Etherspot Twitter, or I think you just shared also the Discord. So make sure to follow them and reach out for any kind of support. I wanted to thank you so much. I will just like share like just to close off, if there's like any questions that come up now, feel free to like ask them. I think there was a lot of information. You went very technical. I think it makes sense for everybody who's really interested to just like rewatch, look at the docs, and then I think it will help. If they're like, do you also have a YouTube channel? I didn't see that on your slides, but like I think just
Yeah,
getting
I think there is a Etherspot YouTube channel where you can find all of these videos, which basically explains on how Etherspot can simplify UI and UX for these all of these dApps and wallets.
I think you gave a very good overview about like your developer suite, and I think now it's like really you have to like what I think the use cases you showed are very helpful. It's like if you want to build any kind of swap, any kind of like simplified DeFi application, then it may just make sense to look into that. And yeah, what? No, I think it's it's useful to like go into detail on these like different tools and see what can be helpful for your application. So make sure just to go into the docs and do some research. I think it's very powerful. So make sure to check it out. And what I think, if you want to just start building and testing out this Paymaster, you can do a Celo specific task by adding gas abstraction, fee abstraction to the Paymaster example, and then post it here under this live stream. I just wanted to say, in case you're building on Celo or you're interested in building on Celo, we have a lot of opportunities right now in the ecosystem, but the main thing will be to join Proof of Ship. I think also if you're building for Proof of Ship, this is a great way to build quick and fast and good user-focused consumer applications. And so make sure Proof of Ship is our continuous builder program, and it's like monthly, kind of like a monthly hackathon where we partner with different ecosystem partners, where you can either bring a new project or continue building your existing projects. The main thing here is that this is like the centralized place for you to like register your project, to then apply for a lot of different funding opportunities, and also the accelerator like Celo Camp, like Presenti. But we also have some more opportunities right now. There's a lot going on. You can find it all on the Celo public goods page that I have here. And we have like definitely sign up to the builder program that is managed to Talent Protocol and Farcaster. It's all, you can find all of it on this page on the Celo public goods ecosystem page. We also have a program. So like the talent program is like 10,000 Celo per month. Then we have 50,000 Celo for all apps that already have on-chain transactions. If you want to get on-chain transactions, I think it's really good to use chain abstraction to build amazing consumer application that are scalable and like easy to use, where you can onboard user very quickly. And then yeah, you can find all programs there. Make sure to sign up, and make sure to sign up to Proof of Ship. Yay! Etherspot, please post your. You can find Etherspot on YouTube. Very cool. And then I just wanted to share, if you joined this workshop today, you can claim your collectible. This is part of your building out your builder program. Also for the prosperity passport, which will be crucial in getting builder rewards, also through a different stream. Follow us on Twitter if you don't already do, and join our Build with Celo Telegram group. And yeah, make sure to sign up to Proof of Ship. Make sure to follow me if you want to see more workshops, and get all updates on all opportunities in the Celo ecosystem. And then anything else, any tips? Okay, let me just post this. Nikhil, any tips for people to get started with Etherspot? Like, I feel like it's very technical, it's super useful. What is the first thing they should try out? I mean, obviously it depends on their needs, but what's for you like a good quick start that you recommend for people to start off?
Yeah, if someone is getting started with account abstraction or 4337 now, then I would highly recommend to go through the modular SDK, what we just did right now. Obviously, it can be overwhelming for the first time, but then again, uh, I would highly recommend going through the modular SDK in detail and see how you can submit user ops and then how you can leverage account abstraction. Uh, if for someone who has already had some experience with account abstraction and 4337, I'd highly recommend going into Skandha and Arka repositories in detail to understand how bundlers and paymasters work. All of them are open source, and then they're built on TypeScript as well. So yeah.
Okay. Amazing, cool. So like for beginners or like for beginning with account abstraction, check out the modular SDK, and then for if you're more advanced, do the 1 second. You can do the Skandha and the Arka. And wait, let me just post the links for that as well here, just so you have that. You can see that. Oh, I don't have the links. Just like post this. Okay, this is how you can find it. Look for this. And that's this the Skandha bundler. And okay. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to follow Nikhil for all updates. He's and to if you have any questions, and follow Etherspot. And then happy building. Make sure to sign up to Proof of Ship to build on Celo to get rewards. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining today. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for joining. Thank you so much for sharing everything. And yeah, hope to see you soon. Hope this was helpful for everyone, and I learned a lot. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks
Happy
for having me. Bye.